Hey guys, it is June the 29th of 2015. I want to go over the US dollar pairs using price and time tangle analysis, so please pause the video and read the video disclaimer. Alright, so let's get right into it. I haven't been doing videos in a while, so I figure I'd catch up now that I got some time to do it. Looking at the dollar index, you can see that pretty much large speculators are slowly unwinding, but nothing major, from the major March 13 high. That's just been slowly unwinding. Just pretty much chop, just going sideways. Maybe just kind of see once we get close to September, see what's going to happen, but nothing, out of the ballpark in regards to going, short the dollar. You got to take out some levels before it really starts showing where the money wants to flow, but pretty much sideways action on the dollar. Looking at my Gann grid, you can see that it's below the 45 degree angle and below the 50% level, which is at 96.17. What's saving this dollar is that it's the Fibonacci arc, which is not an arc. I'd use it as a percentage level. So the 50% is holding here. It kissed it on February the 2nd, May the 11th, the week of the 11th, the week of May 18th, and the week of June 15th. It respected this level right here. So we need to take this out. I got already alerts for this low if it takes it out, and I got alerts for this high if it takes it out. So right now, I wouldn't trade this. This is pretty much chop zone. Unless you want to scalp it, good for you. But if you want to trend and make some profit, long money, stay out of this area right here. Looking at the weekly on the dollar, you can see that it's chop zone. It needs to stay above that 20 and get above at least as 96.65. These are monthly pivots. The point of control on the dollar is at 94.69. So anything below that, it's going to start leaning towards a bear camp. Take out this pivot low of 93.14, and you got targets at 92.53, 91.59, and all the way to the 50, which is at 91.09. Let's go to the euro dollar and see what we got there. The euro dollar, you can see that they put a low right here on March 13th and kind of sold off and kind of like trending higher. And over here on June 16th, they put kind of like a swing high in regards to accumulation. What is it? Put a 87, 985, and then last week it was 98. 353. So they have winded. So I don't think they believe that this Greece thing is probably going to work out. The money's already showing that they're exiting. So let's see how's that going to pan out. Looking at the charts weekly, you can see that we haven't taken out that 1462. We've just been going back and forth, chopping, inside day, hesitating, head fakes, pushing down. Anything below this, I probably would jump on it. Would probably be a short scalp because these are monthly pivots. They could be good support right here. But anything below this 07, and you could probably hit targets at 521. But as of right now, it's pushing higher. It bounced low. You can see it on the daily. It found support right here at this Kumo cloud and popped right back up, and this is where we're at. So we're back right in the range. You're below the point of control, which is at 1356. I got some targets that if it was to go to the upside and take out this 1470, I might go long and maybe cover right here or get flat 1750 all the way to that 1711, even to the value area high of 1936. But it remains to be seen. I got a projected target too right here of this 1983. What is that? 1925. And if you take this right here and use this swing right here, it shows a projected target right here too. So let's see. These are price and time possible turns. So if it goes down, maybe on the 3rd of July, maybe it could go up, or the 8th, which I got days I'm watching. Or if it goes up, these are possible turns to the downside. So I just have them there just to see what's going on. Next, dollar CAD. Let's see what's going on with the dollar CAD. Dollar CAD. You can see that they're pretty much unwinding. Commercial large speculators are unwinding, and you can see commercial going up. They put that high, and it kind of went up, and now it's going down. If you look at the price action, you can see that it's just chop zone, going back and forth. It's the same thing. The only good thing about this is above the point of control, which is right here, that 2406. So if it could get above this pivot high of 2559, I might go long. You know, there might be some resistance up here, but we'll see. But as of right now, it's I mean, even if it breaks this right here, 21, I might short it to get here. But right now, it's untradeable unless you break this high right here. Looking at the daily, that's why I wasn't watching it or trading it, because it was just chop. When you're in the cloud, they say you're chopping. We finally broke out of the cloud, so let's see if we could get up. Let's see if we could get up 24.59, and let's see if we could take out this 25.60. If it gets 25.60, I already got some alerts there. I'll even ride it all the way to this weekly pivot, which is at 26.46, or maybe up here to that 27.46. But these would be the targets if it breaks here. So I got some alerts here to let me know if we kiss this level, and alerts here if we kiss this level down here. But right here, I will not mess around with it. Let's go to dollar yen. See what's going on with the dollar yen. Dollar yen, you can see that it's just chop fest. We broke out of this consolidation, shot up, and now we're consolidating back, and we kind of had a drop here. The markets over there in Asia are a little crazy. You can see that they're just unwinding here, and they're going opposites. Looking at the weekly, you can see that we haven't like a PPS sell signal building up, but you're in the mobile, so it's kind of choppy. Mind you, this is weekly. This is a support of 122.18, a monthly pivot. So, it's borderline. You got this support right here, so it's like you're gonna short it to like have support right here, and then bounce right back up because of this pivot right here. So I don't know. It's kind of risky to even short it. If this wasn't here and it was just like down here, I probably would have shorted, and I would have put a stop right here and see if it triggers it. But let's see. Good thing is you're above the 20. Kind of sold off, but let's look at the daily, see what we got here. Look, Chiku is about to kiss price, so it's catching up. Asia's gonna look at that like kind of stalling, being weak. So let's see. PPS sell signal. Crack the mobile band. You're below the PPS midpoint, so that's good. It's a little weakness. You're above the cloud, which is still strong, and you got this 50% level, which you see that it found support. So I don't know. It's kind of risky to even short it. I guess once you crack this level right here, this value area high at 121, maybe. I don't know. As of right now, I'm on the sidelines on the yen. Aussie dollar. See what the Aussie dollar is doing. Aussie dollar, you can see that sideways. Look at that. Commitments to trade report's not even doing nothing. It's just going sideways. It's just going up, down, maybe down and go up. So nothing really interesting there. Look at the weekly. You can see that we just been found resistance right here at the Ichimoku moving average. Prices are below it. Where are we right here? We're at the 76.75 right here. This is a monthly pivot, so it's right stuck right there. Take out that low, I might jump on it, but other than that, it's good for scalping. And maybe if you take out this high, it was kind of risky because you're below these moving averages, but maybe this one probably be better for a long. You got to deal with the 50, but below the 20, bearish. Below the Ichimoku indicator is very bearish. You've been just chopping here, so I don't know if you want to risk, go to the long side. I'd rather short it, if we could take out that low. Look at this. Look at this chopness. You're back up, back down, holding this. I'm going to put an alert right here. This would be the spot to short. Below, reverse. And maybe, maybe here, if we could get up here, because we'll be above the cloud, so, and that'll be a pivot. So I might set an alert here, just in case if it even gets up there. while I'm sleeping or something, or while I'm busy doing something. It'll be interesting. And maybe up here, if we ever get up there, that could be a good possible, breakout momentum play above. Yep. So right here, we get breakout there. I might go long. If I miss this or whatever, this could probably be a short or maybe a long, just depending how the action goes. Definitely here a short if we take out that low. So those are my plays. Right now, I just wouldn't play this because you're just inside range. So it's not worth it. New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar was interesting. I thought there was going to be a low. I can't remember. Maybe here or maybe here. That was going to put a swing low and shoot up. But my calculations were wrong because it kept going down. And look at the Commitments of Trader report showing it. It spiked right here. And then boom. Maybe it was around here. Somewhere interesting where I thought it was going to. Some calculations made sense. But it didn't happen. So look, it's shooting down. And I think it's probably going to go lower. So I'm waiting for it to take out some other lows, for me to short it. So this is the weekly right here on the New Zealand dollar. You can see right here it's finding support at this pivot. What is this? 68.05 right now. So this is where it's at. I'm waiting for it to take this out because if it does take it out, my target's going to be 66.72. You can see that this is a monthly pivot. So, I mean, this is huge monthly pivots. 66.41 and 6.56 are monthly pivots. And you got this one, and then you got this huge one, which is 5.91. But right now, those will be my targets to the downside. The trend is to the downside. So any pops, it's opportunities to short. Right here. So you see right here, this. I'll put an alert right here because this is where I probably want to come in if it takes it out. At below reversal. So I got my alert right there. Even if it takes that out, I don't even want to go long. The only way I probably will go long, I mean, this would probably be the good spot to go long. But maybe this one right here. I'll set up an alert if we could take that out at above. And maybe this right here. It's a strong level. I mean, by then I'll probably know what's going on. But this will be the a flush down, and take this will probably be more interest to me. Let's go to the pound dollar. This is what I've been trading lately and focusing my energy in the little time that I have. So let's look at the Commitments of Trader report. Pound dollar, interesting. You can see that we put a low was on the April the 13th, and it's just been going sideways, kind of like going lower, up, down, and kind of like making higher highs. So it looks like it wants to go higher. You can see that the commercial are unwinding. Retail is in line with large speculators. You can see on the index is showing up. Commercial are unwinding. So let's look at the charts and see what it's going on. We failed this angle right here on the speed, and then we cracked it, which is fine. We put that high on the pivot high of May 14. We shot down, put it on the first, shot up to the 18th right here, and then we kind of put one on the 24th, and now we just kind of like lost in motion right here. So this is where is the line in the sand. What are we going to do here? Are we going to shoot back up and do maybe like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5 wave? It all depends how you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. An ABC correction, A, B, C, and now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it all depends how you want to count it. But we're here. This is the pros of the pound. We're above the cloud. We're chopping right here at this value area high, and you're kind of above some speed angles, which is really good. Let's look at the weekly. You're above the 50, which you're holding it. You're above point of control, 57, 27, and you're what is that? 50 is 56, 55. So you're above the 50. You're above the point of control, and you're at 57.27 right here. The bad thing is you're gonna have to deal with the cloud consolidating. You got this value area high, which is that 59.88, and you got this strong level right here, which is at 60.75. You got the 100 right here. So you're strong. Put it up, pull back, up. We pull back. So now this is where we need to push higher. If we don't push higher here, we're gonna push lower. You probably could put a trend line here on the weekly. Right here, and then this might be a place where it might find support, and then maybe do another impulse up. So it's kind of like in the middle. I don't want quotes. It's kind of like in the middle of this thing right here. We get closer. This is it. So if you guys been watching my post on my blog, I was shorting it and it didn't pan out the way I wanted to, so I covered. I can't remember where I covered, but I did cover, and I just got something, nothing major. And I'm just watching it right now. I didn't get caught with this head fake like everybody did today, thinking that it was going to break out. The good place to get long will be right here. If you really want to have a low risk long, this would be the place to go long. Right there. And I think I have an alert right here. If not, I'll just check. But an alert right here would be great. Yeah, I don't have it there. I put one there and below. So an alert right there. We take this out, it's definitely gonna, you'll get some pips. You're gonna find support at that angle. You got this and you got this. So this there's a lot of support right here in this area. So if you short it, trail your stop tight, because it might want to bounce up. There's a couple of dates I'm watching. And they're going to be somewhere around, the 3rd, 4th, around there. And it all depends, if it's going down or it's going up. So those are the things I'm watching. And another thing I want to show you, let's see if we close this. Let's go to my profit. You can see right here, using the Gunner 24 grid. Maybe this moved over here, right? Let's see. We close this over here. Maybe I gotta minimize this. There we go. Yeah, I gotta take this thing off because it's always pointer none. Okay. So you can see on the Gunner 24, we came out of the grid box right here, shot up, came down, found support, went up, found resistance right at the middle of the grid box right here, came right back down, and if you put a trend line from this swing high to this here, it gave you resistance up there, which confirmed to the arc of resistance. That's why I like watching the Gunner 24, because it amazes me how good this indicator is, or grid box. Which, if you understand time and price, and you know where these things land, probability of success of a turn are greater once you understand and analyze this. And this is pretty much all what WD got taught. So, you got your first impulse, you came down, shot up, you're still above the 2x1 angle, so it's still strong. You came right back up, put this resistance up here, came right down. So if you don't have this in Gann grid, if you could just put a trend line up there and shoots back up, you can see that that's going to be resistance again. And it came right back down, came right back up, and now it's below the 1x1, but this is the 2x1, but this is the 4x1, so it's pretty strong in regards to momentum to the upside. It hasn't cracked this. Once you crack, it's bullish pretty much in the short term. Crack the 45, and then you're going to be in the bear camp. So right now it's in the bull camp. But right now it's it hesitated right here at first resistance level, having a tough time trying to stay above the 2x1, and it's right here. If it cracks this angle, it's going to go with speed down to here. So this level, I'm kind of eyeing it right there. What is it? Pretty much, yeah. Where this pivot high is right here. It's going to be your, what is that? That 155.36 level right there is going to be resistance, or support actually, right there. So somewhere around the 155.36 will be support. So I'm hoping if it comes down, that's where I'm going to pretty much find my target right there. Now if it goes up, it's going to find resistance here, but if it blows right through it, then your target will probably be to the upside using the Gann grid. And I'm kind of eyeballing it here. We'll be somewhere around, that 60.56. 60.56, that number's interesting. Where's that? 60.56. I thought I saw that. Yeah, right here. That's the weekly what is it? R1, R2, R3 right here. And this is your monthly R1. So R3 right there will be your target to the upside right there. So that's I'm on the sidelines right now. I'm just watching the pound. The pound is probably the one that interests me more, because it's kind of dancing more with the Gann system of trading. So that's where we're at on that. Let's go. Let's open this up. And the Swiss. I know some people trade the Swiss. I don't. But we could just go over it and see what we got on the Swiss. This is already 22 minutes long. Look at the Swiss. Look at that chop. Why you want to trade this? I mean, scalping, yeah. Trending. I mean, you think this might happen again? This candle. But look at that. I don't want to trade that. Why you want to trade that for? Look at that. Buy here, sell there, buy here, sell there. That's cool. This is the weekly, and you're just chopping back and forth. Looking at the daily, you're below the cloud. You got PPS sell signal. But you had it here, you came down for a 1 day, 2 day, and then shot right back up and squeezed everybody out, and then came right back down, went back up, came back down, went back up, and now you might come back down to go back up. Well, you want to be in this thing here. If I'm going to trade it, I'm going to trade it when it hits, let's create an alert. No, you got to just be patient. I'm going to trade it when it gets out of here. You'll be above the cloud. You'll be short-term bullish, and you're above this pivot. Targets could probably be here and here, because this is another strong level. If I'm going to trade it to the downside, let's take out this low. So I'll put an alert, just in case I'm not watching the market, something crazy happens, we'll short it. Right down there. I think that's it. Let's see how this week pans out. My favorite chart is not the Swiss, is probably the pound. Look at that nice momentum. We just got to push higher. My indicators that I really trust are telling me it wants to go higher. But my other indicators that I watch too are mixed. So I'm kind of like, and then this grease thing is not helping me out. So I'm just on the sideline waiting for major signals to happen. I don't want to be in this chop zone. There's a lot of stuff going on, and there's some time things that are coming up like next month. So I want to see how it's going to behave. If it's going to push lower and kiss this trend line, and if it's at the right time, I might jump on it. And maybe see it. If we take out this high right here of the 18th. The Aussie dollar. Yeah, look at that. Look at this big consolidation. Let's take out this low and then let's write it down. Maybe that might be a nicer trade. Let's push it lower. Let's have targets all the way to 73.61 or maybe 72.16. Let's go down here. Let's push it. Let's get out of here and push it down. But going back and forth here, it's probably not worth it. Unless we could take this high and maybe push higher. But let's see what the dollar does. New Zealand dollar is probably another good one to the downside because it's trending nice to the downside. So I get an alert. We push lower. Targets for me will probably be the 66.70, somewhere around here. So let's see. But I definitely miscalculated and missed this great opportunity to short. The New Zealand dollar. I thought a price and time thing was going to happen. It was going to shoot up, but it's still weak and it's trending. It's good. This is better. This is way better than this. This is chop. If you want to learn something, this is trending. This is going good. This is moving nicely. The dollar yen, it's kind of interesting. This is chop, and look at that. Look at that nice pop. Came down, chopping, and it might even pop now. It might pop. The dollar might just pop, or it might come down and start pushing lower. I don't know if all this thing with Greece and things are going on over there in Asia. Let's see what's going to happen. The CAD, it looks good to the upside. As long as we could take these levels out right here, it's looking good. It's above the cloud, PPS buy signal. So, the path of least resistance is to the upside. So, it will be a nice long once they get out of that cloud. And then the euro, the famous euro. Look at that. Look at that. Look at these buyers where they came from. Look at this stuff. They just bought that right at the tip of the cloud. I missed that trade. But, you can't get them all. So, let's see. Let's see if this thing's going to push higher. But my favorites are, the New Zealand and the pound dollar. The pound dollar is symmetrically and geometric. It's working. And the New Zealand because it's trending. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll keep you posted and make some pips.